So, hello everyone, and welcome to my fool's endeavour to try and raise £100 for Mermaids, the charity for trans youth in the UK. Now, to do that, I am going to be attempting to complete a full distance Formula 1 season inside of 7 days. So that's 21 races, 7 days, 3 full Grand Prix in each day. So Mermaids are a charity that are well worth supporting. As a trans person myself, it's something that's very close to my heart, hence my attempt to try and raise some money for them at this point. Anyway, so we're going to kick straight into the race, or into the practice session rather, into the racing, and see how we do. Now, Force India are a team that are asking me to try and achieve podiums, so I'll have to see if I can do that for them. Sorry, don't mind my background there, it's a bit strange, and actually I need to correct that. That's changed since I was doing my pre-stream testing, so just give me a moment and we'll do that, and then we'll get on to a bit of driving. We're going to move that down. In fact, actually I think the issue is I need to refocus the camera itself. Just a moment. Don't watch this, this is not going to be particularly elegant. I'll do. Excellent. Okay. Let's go for some racing. So, as a team, Force India are...
Here you can see the pertinent details of your current contract. On one side are the objectives and bonuses that we've negotiated with the team. On the other is information regarding how you're received throughout the paddock, your reputation with the current team, and your overall value to them, which is a combination of these elements.
Cool. So Force India are expecting me to do relatively well. They're asking me to basically try and get podiums. So we'll have to see how that goes. Now, I'm not an especially good racer in this game. I've logged about 3 hours into it so far, so I'm definitely not in the stage where I'm good even by my own standards. So these first few races are going to be a bit tricky, but I'm sure we'll work it out.
Welcome to Melbourne, where the practice session is about to start for this weekend's Australian Grand Prix. The pre-race talking is over. Now it's time for the drivers to show their worth.
Okay.
Now then, Anthony,
So this is...
there's been a lot of talk over the last few weeks about track limits. How much is too much when you're cutting corners and running wide? What are your thoughts on this? Do you think we'll be seeing drivers pushing those limits this weekend?
Well, I'd be disappointed if we didn't, frankly. If race control want to clamp down on drivers wandering off the track, then it's up to them to police it. As a driver, you're being paid to get your car around the circuit as quickly as possible, don't forget. So if you're not pushing those limits, if you're ignoring the advantageous line, then you're not doing your job properly. Now, I agree that, we have these white lines there for a reason, and we do want to see those limits enforced, but for me, it's not a driver's responsibility to do that.
Right, let's go.
Yeah,
don't need that.
Morning, Jeff here. I'm looking forward to working with you as your race engineer. Hope you've had a good night's sleep, because we've got a lot of work to do today to prep for the season ahead. We're ready to fire up the car, so why not head out and get a few laps under your belt.
So let's get some track acclimatisation done. So just because we've got 90 minutes of practice doesn't actually mean that I'm going to take the full 90 minutes in this situation. Just going to get practice done. Oh, I forgot to turn the... Wow. I forgot to turn the racing line off. That's really annoying. I don't know whether it's just for me, but for some reason F1 2018 seems to turn the racing line on. Which, can I actually change that? Under assists. Ah, there we go. I want corners only. Brilliant. So you just got to see what assists I'm running with there. So this is track acclimatization. This is the first time I've ever run one of these sessions. Yep.
DRS zone is coming up. Get ready to open it. Distances on your MFD.
But you have to hit these gates. You have to hit them at a certain speed. I should have gone flat through there. Oh, this is really scrappy. I don't like this. So purple is when you go better than expected and green is acceptable. Red is when you're nowhere near good enough. I'm genuinely surprised that I'm getting some purples. And there we go, missed a gate, missed DRS. So this is not going to be good enough. So target is 365. Not happy with that, so we're going to go again.
Let's try for purple. You'll get a bonus for consistency if you can chain corners together.
And I missed it. Where's the DRS zone there? I didn't know there was one. Anyway, so my time spent so far in this game has been driving the classic cars. The MP44, the McLaren from the late 80s in particular. So it doesn't really translate to the modern cars that well, and as I really fouled that up and missed that entirely. And this is why I'm doing practice. So I missed the DRS. Except I didn't, I caught it, but it was late. So too slow through there. This is going to be even scrappier than last time, I think. Oh god, yeah, way scrappier because I'm trying to push and I'm failing miserably. At least I caught the DRS. Well, I thought I did. Well, I get 3 laps to try and do this. And I missed the DRS, so that's good fun. We're getting a few purple boxes. I might actually not be doing so bad here. Oh, I missed it. Damn it. Sorry, I'm having to try and concentrate a little bit at this point because I'm not really doing fantastically well, so oh, did I catch that? I just about got it. Brilliant. I actually got purple DRS. I might possibly 480. Okay,
another shot.
I probably will give that another shot, but let's get a pit entry done. So having come out of the classic cars which don't use DRS, it's a bit strange to now be using it. And of course I've got so I've got ERS deployment set to automatic, just because I don't really have the skills to worry about doing that as well. What I might do next time round is whack the fuel mix up, so I've got just a bit more speed full stop. Might help me get a few extra purples. So box in the next 2 laps, box in this lap. Fantastic. I can't get the last corner right, I really can't. Cool. Right. There we go, so I'm going to get pushed into the garage now. And what we'll do is we'll retry that particular session. Sorry if you just got a few drop frames there, I do apologise. So there's a lot of purples in there. So let's give that another crack.
I know it's tempting to focus entirely on the race, but we should put a bit of time aside to run a qualifying sim program. Try to run it before the end of FP3.
Yeah, so I'll run that in 3, so that's fine.
We're ready.
So the idea behind testing is I get the testing that I want to get done. There's no point in sitting in the car doing nothing whilst watching other people.
Let's make sure we're hitting those apexes. Once you're comfortable with the position through the corner, then start building up the speed.
See, I'm really messy. It's could have gone into down into 3rd there. Let it go out wide. Now that's a really good overtaking spot during the race. I know it isn't in the real track, but to anyone in the game it seems to work quite nicely, particularly in the early laps. So just a nice smooth lap here. Just get a little bit of heat into tyres. Let's set up for next time round. Hit the apex there, fantastic. And let's get this lap going. So here we go.
We're slow through the falling corners.
Oh shit, I missed DRS, typical. I can't get my head around it that there's a DRS zone now. So we can go flat through there. hit the DRS, but I missed something. I didn't see what it was. That was quite messy. That really annoys me. I hit the DRS in the zone and it misses it. Okay, so 460.
Let's try and perfect each turn. Remember that chaining together give you consistency bonus.
And I remember the DRS that time. That's good stuff. We'll just about clip the gate. Okay, so again, I'm just trying to concentrate on this. Change up slightly early again. Hold on, break through there. Bit DRS. But I'm going, ooh, that was really scrappy. Just about hit the apex. Again, not great, little bit scrappy, so, but might be able to get a purple. Got purple, fantastic. Whew! So, just doing another in lap. Just remember DRS there. Not too worried about the score on this one. So. Yeah, okay, so let's just take it back to the garage. Let's see how we do.
Best lap so far is a 1 minute 30.7.
Okay. So let's have a crack at the older tyre management. See how we do on that. So the aim of the game here is basically just to not run the tyres down too hard, but whilst maintaining a suitable lap time. Now I'm going to find this to be a bit of a challenge because I'm not a great driver. What's target lap time? Not telling me. Fantastic. Let's give it a bit of fuel so I can actually make time up on the straights where tyre wear isn't so good. So it's still 134. So I'm slightly behind on the target lap, but my tyres are looking good. So again, I've got 3 laps in which to do this. Just taking it nice and easy. So I'm nearly a second up on the target time for the green lap. Which is, wow, I'm well over a second over it. Fantastic. Now I'm sure this is because of difficulty settings rather than necessarily any inherent skill. I've got the difficulty settings at the moment possibly slightly low, simply because I actually want to get some overtakes in and make this interesting rather than just tooling around at the back, which is where I would normally be if we were running at proper difficulty settings. But I do treat this game a bit like an arcade game rather than necessarily a sim, so absolutely smash that target lap. Did you really? Okay, let's see what we can do in terms of the next one. Decide what we're going to do. Right, fuel management. Okay. No point in wasting tyres. Oh, it won't let me turn it down. So minimum lap time is going to be what? $133, right. So this is interesting. So I'm not doing very well here. So I can't change the fuel mix, which is really annoying. And I've got just doing a really shonky lap time. I don't know how I'm meant to improve this. It says lifting coast, but lifting, and it literally does nothing. So I'm slow and not getting the...
Try again.
Oh, Ericsson! Out of the way. So yeah, this one might be a bit of a lost cause for me, but we'll see how. So I've got my fuel saving, but my lap time's not good enough by quite some margin. Let's see if I can actually just go hard for this last sector. It's giving me it's a fairly generous lap time to beat, but just a case of whether I can actually manage it. No, can't manage it. Right, let's skip that one for the moment. Let's maybe go back to that on our second session. ERS management, this will be interesting, given that ERS is automatic.
So far our fastest lap is a 1:30.
More little students doing weird things in the background. So I think as long as I hit lap time on this, it'll go. Oh, it won't even let me change my Ah, my fuel mix, that's annoying.
This is the ERS management test. Hit the target time whilst managing your battery charge. The more efficiently you use energy throughout the higher you will score. Remember, you can change your ERS performance settings via the MFD.
So MFD being multifunction display, that's what I'm just scrolling through. And I'm doing a really bad lap there. Oh, okay. So it's actually letting me control my ERS, even though it's set to auto. That's interesting. So if I have a clean lap, there's actually a good chance I can make this work for me. So right now no one has actually come to join me, so I'm talking to myself.
That lap was too slow. I need to find more speed. Make sure to properly use the ERS modes.
Really bad through there. I fouled that up. And into the wall. So. Sorry, I keep accidentally hitting the flashback button at this point, which is really annoying.
Your pace is too slow. Make sure to adjust your ERS mode to find the balance between speed and energy management.
Cool, so third time lucky, and that worked quite nicely. So let's get back to the garage. Let's see how we're doing.
Set us back a little. So far, our fastest lap is a 1 minute 30.7.
Okay, let's have a quick look. So I've just got to sit and wait for the wing to repair. Just have a quick look at what I can do in terms of fuel management. So I really do need to have another crack at that. Cool. So I've done 3 sessions in this one. So I think what we'll do is we'll probably go on to the next session. The track will have rubbered in a little bit. And yeah, so let's see how we do. Let's have a quick look in terms of timings. So I am in a Force India, so Red Mulholland. I've got purple sector 1 and sector 2. So those are the fastest sectors of all, and I'm in 4th place, which means I've maybe got the difficulty settings a little bit on the low side, but that's better for us because it means a bit more overtaking and a bit more excitement. So nobody's really picking up any pace at this point. So I'm 300ths off Valtteri Bottas, and that was on a soft tyre. So that does imply that my difficulty settings really are a little bit too low. Oh, and there we go. So we've got the Ferraris coming in ahead of us. We've got Ricciardo ahead of us. So this is starting to look a bit more like a realistic time and difficulty settings, at least according to my level of ability. Although we're still beating Verstappen in the Red Bull, so probably not. But Vettel, I mean, he's well off the pace anyway, so I think we could probably ignore him.
As all the cars are now over the line, your top 3 again are Bottas, Hamilton and Daniel Ricciardo. Practice times are on the board then, but no points are on offer just yet. We'll be back.
Right, so let's get into practice 2. Unless I've stuffed this up.
The fans really seem to enjoy that. You made it look easy.
Okay.
It's been a lot of hard work. But here you are making your debut in Formula 1. You must be thrilled.
Cool, let's go with that one. So
how are you finding things at the team? Are you settling in?
Cool. That might not have been the best option.
What are you expecting out of this season? Are you just aiming to find your feet in Formula 1, or do you see something more?
Let's go with that. Let's give the... yeah, there we go. Give the team a bit. Cool. Okay, practice 2. So let's try and have another stab at the fuel run. See if with things having rubbered in a bit more we actually have a chance at doing this. But cool. So that's, wow, my reputation's increased with everyone it seems, apart from Red Bull. So that's quite good. Let's have a quick, right, so let's go into session 2 and we'll see how we do on that one. Cool, so see I've got a second viewer now, so thanks very much indeed for joining. Let's have a quick, right, okay, so we failed fuel management last time out, so we're going to have to do that one shortly. Yeah, let's try and get that one done in this season, this session, sorry. Now if I hadn't screwed up and shoved it into neutral then I actually would have had a chance of getting purple. So big lift and some early upshifts in. Big lift, which has cost me half a second. So no, actually, I can cut a corner. So I've got my fuel saving. Yeah. I don't know quite how I got the fuel saving then, but big lift. Go very wide. just getting a couple of early shifts in through there. Lift, 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 lift. I've got nearly 2 seconds over where I need to be. So big lift there. Get it close to the purple. And big lift coming into here. And nice! We have optimal fuel usage. So there we go, let's get back into the garage and we'll see how we can do on the other ones. So purple those four, we've got qualifying race and race strategy.
I know it's tempting to focus entirely on the race, but we should put a bit of time aside to run the qualifying sim program. Try to run it before the end of FP3 if you can.
Let's give this a go. See how we do. So, okay, so I have to hit an optimal lap time on this one. Right. So what, by achieving these targets set out, I believe that it earns me R&D points. It would be really helpful if I hit the right button. So this is already well off the pace. But
just give it everything. Make sure we get close to our race's pace.
So I've got slow Williams ahead, which is not going to help anything. So of course there's no obligation for him to get out my way. Oh, messy, messy, messy. Just about managed to avoid hitting him, but and I'm now losing time. So I'm wondering what the overall target on this one is, because 15th place is not where the team's obviously going to want me to end up. It'd be really helpful if I remember to hit DRS as well. That's probably the neatest I've managed through there at any point in this entire game. So now I've got to go for 11. So what time's that? 129.4. Okay, that's going to be a bit more challenging. So absolutely flat out through there. Juggling down the gearbox. Am I really 2.4 seconds up? Fantastic.
There's 3 laps of fuel remaining.
So purple second sector. So fastest of everyone in the session. Even though I keep missing the DRS points. My new target is a 127.4. Okay, I'm already half a second behind. And forgetting to activate DRS does not help on that one. Marcus Ericsson, oh, we have form with him. So I'm not going to manage it on this one, I don't think. I'm already half a second down where I need to be. Admittedly, I should now be getting a bit of a tow through here, but I'm hemorrhaging time. The AI is so slow through there. My lap is completely ruined. And I don't think you get a second chance on this one. I don't know whether I'm going to get another shot at it or not. So I am going to get another shot at it. Fantastic. Going wide there will not have helped me. This is going to be really close. And I'm already hemorrhaging time. How on earth do I get quicker through there? Sliding around like that is not going to help. Let's have another crack at this. I can get... And so I've got another car in front of me. Fantastic. It would be Magnussen, wouldn't it? So these early qualifying laps that they want you to do, the times are so easy that you can drop a ridiculous amount of time and still don't make it. So, target time of, yeah, look at that. So I was half a second down and now I'm well over a second up. So Well, that was a really scrappy lap. Not helped by putting it in neutral on the last corner. Really? Okay. Fine. That was kind of unexpected. Look at the timings board. Really? That seems excessive. That seems really excessive. So I'm just going to have a chocolate bar whilst we wait for this to go through. So this is a Tesco own brand version of a caramel wafer. They're nowhere near as good as the Tunnocks ones, but what can you do? So we're cracking through it. No one's even come close yet. Oh, Kimmy's popped a new lap in. We're going to have to see how this race goes, because honestly, if I'm beating Lewis Hamilton by nearly 3 seconds in a Force India, the difficulty's way too low, but we'll have to see how it pans out in the race. Okay, so
Quick look at the classification at the end of the
I
session.
totally mashed that.
Red, Hamilton and Kimi Räikkönen. That concludes an interesting practice session.
Okay.
Let's hope for...
So I guess then I've just got to do the
Good day today. Tell us about it from your perspective.
the full race practice.
You really went all out in practice today. Are you testing new components?
Cool.
You were flying in practice. Do you think you can carry this over to qualifying?
Cool. So I need to try and keep all of the different departments happy within this. The happier the R&D departments are, the better the harder they will work, I guess. So we'll see how this race goes overall, and then we'll look at revising the difficulty settings. I mean, Australia is a track that I'm typically fairly good at, so it would be expected that I'm somewhat ahead of where I would be on other tracks. Oh, slight increase in reputation with everyone, so that's pretty good. Let's have a look at the workstation, see where we are. Let's have a look at some R&D. So it'd be really nice if we could see if we can improve our fuel efficiency. No, okay. So factory efficiency. Well, let's do that. What's the next one? Efficiency 2 and quality control 1. How many resource points do I need for that? 900, so I should be able to crack that. So if I do that, that will make me the most powerful car on the track. That's quite cool. So I think we'll focus on engine power from this track. And then what we'll do is we'll work it around in a bit of a rotation according to where things are going to come in. So I think engine power or engine from this one. Then after the next quality in Grand Prix, we'll do a bit of aero work. Just thinking about, we're then going to start looking towards tracks like Monaco. Right. Oh, hold on, am I suddenly in qualifying? Have I made a mistake here? Session info, there we go. Right, race strategy.
This first race of the season is always quite difficult for us trackside and for those back at the factory as well, as it's the first time the car has run since winter testing. The more consistent
right, let's get this done.
Sessions, the happier we'll be.
So I've got to maintain a fairly consistent pace here. I think that's the idea. Oh yes, of course, I remember how this works. You have to drive to a pace. You've got to go.
Okay, we need a few solid laps here to help us calculate race strategy.
So nice and consistent. I don't need to push the car. It's not asking me to go massively quickly. So take it nice and easy. This is one thing I do like about the F1 game actually, is it does give you the opportunity to actually learn the track through the qualifying sessions, and it also teaches you about the consistent driving that you need for the Grand Prix itself. Although for some reason, although I'm going massively over the lap delta it needs, I'm not actually pushing the car at all. I'm taking it fairly easy. Not going for purples, just nice green on it. Green sectors are good. But look at that, I'm 2 seconds over. So same lap time again. So this is not going to be tricky to do. Well, I don't know if it's exactly the same lap time, but it's certainly not far off. Now slightly behind, but that's not a big deal. We'll make that up. See, nice and easy. Make up 3 tenths through there without a great deal of difficulty. Does Australia really have 3 DRS points? I do find that quite surprising. So actually a little bit wide on that last corner. So it's just like a walk in the park really at this difficult level, so I do need to turn it up. You know, whilst I don't want it to be ridiculously challenging, I think I need a bit more of a challenge in this to make it worthwhile doing. Kind of anticipating that during quali things are going to heat up a little bit more than this, but I don't want to just be driving away with the races. The whole point of me going for a Force India rather than something really at the top was so that I'd actually have a bit of a challenge throughout this whole thing. And then I just accidentally hit the wrong pedal, not having it. So accidentally went into flashback mode, so I just want to get back to where I was before, or near enough. So I'm slightly behind the lap delta now, thanks to that slightly difficult I mean, I've got the score. I don't really need to do these last couple of laps, but it's worth it just to get a little bit more reference point and just try and keep some consistency up, because I'm going to be racing in excess of 50 laps at least of this track in a few minutes, so just have to see how we do. I mean, I'm 1.5 seconds up on that target that time, and I'm not even pushing, so just on standard fuel mix, so that's kind of where we want to be, I think. Nice and neat to be there. So Australia and Bahrain are the tracks I've actually driven in this game already, so I'm expecting to do better on them. Why did I brake there? So that wasn't especially tiny, that's cost me some time. But, you know, if they're expecting me to maintain 133s throughout the race, then that's hardly driving it at all, really. look at that. So 3.5 seconds over the lap delta. So I think that's it for the practice. So qualifying is going to happen now. And so to the guys who are actually watching me at this point, thanks very much indeed. Do feel free to say something in chat. Just let me know you're actually there. So we've completed all of the practice targets. So that will give us a bit more R&D, and hopefully we'll have a good race. So coming up, we're doing a full qualifying session. So that's all 3 sectors of it. So part 1, 1, 2 and 3. So got to qualify in. So 3 good laps needed to get through qualifying. Once that's done, we'll then go into the full race distance, and we'll see how we do from there. Now, at this point, I think we're doing slightly too well, which means I've probably got the difficulty settings a little bit on the low side. I did do a test run this morning with them slightly higher and found that I was actually really just getting completely swamped. So it's a bit of a balancing act, but we'll probably turn them up after this race and see where we go from there. Now, just a reminder, this is a charity stream, so I am trying to raise money for Mermaids, the charity for transgender children. So please do feel free to donate. Follow the stream if you want to carry on with watching these videos over the course of the next week. Yeah, we're just coming up to the end of this session, so let's see how we actually do in the timings. And actually we're not top. Fantastic. But still above. Okay, so Hamilton had a bit of a bad run at it, but I probably shouldn't be ahead of the Ferraris or both Red Bulls. So probably not going to start top of the grid, but let's see how we do in quali. Hey, so didn't actually get any questions by the press. So that's a change. What messages have we got? Somewhere around the middle of the field, with the best of the rest. Yes. Thank you, VJ. So dry weather the whole way through, which is pretty typical for Melbourne. Okay. Right. Brilliant. Let's get in there and qualify. So just a reminder for those or just to let you guys who are watching this on YouTube know, this series is going to be going on all week, so if you do visit me on Twitch at twitch.tv/projectcatflea, you will then be able to watch it live, and also there is a donation link at the bottom of that page. Also it's on the top of the screen. So donations are theoretically open until the end of next week, so off the top of my head that's the 15th. Going to go until midnight on that Monday, and make the donation, or anything that has been donated will then go to Mermaids the following day. Now, in addition to that, I'm going to be making a donation myself, which is equivalent to, it is £1 for every championship point I earn. So, whilst it is good to actually get as many of those points in as possible, I do want the game to be kind of realistic, so we'll see how we do. Now, just not bothering with any setups on this, just going with default setup. So we'll see how that goes. And let's crack on and get a lap in. Hot lap. Fuel mix max, I like it. So this is not actually my best run so far. Coming through here. Hard on the brakes. So I'm behind Leclerc, who's quite quick. So we'll see how that goes. This is not a good lap for me. It's very, very scrappy. So that's obviously cost me a wee bit of time getting past Leclerc. Did I just hit the bollard? Oh god, really messy. So that's Sergio, my teammate ahead of me. So obviously I want to get a better time than him. Wow. Well, that was quick. Let's get back to the garage. We've only got like 15 minutes, so that should see me safely through to the next round of quali. But let's see how we're doing. I don't really... Wow. I'm hugely up on these guys. That's really nuts. Sergio's down in 10th. So theoretical best of the session is my lap time. Wow. And that was a scrappy lap. So I think we're just going to skip through the rest of this, because I'm going to end up coming through in first anyway, which is a bit disappointing actually. Let's see, yep, so finish the session in first by 1.5 seconds. I'm not really convinced that that's right. Cool, so everything's looking good there. Let's go to track. Let's flying lap it again. Let's just try and get another quick lap in and see how we do. So I've got Carlos Sainz ahead of me. So again, I'm doing a hot lap with another car there, which is somewhat less than ideal, but what can you do? Apart from get past them. Oh, really messy. Really messy. Okay, doorbell's just gone, so I'm just going to have to get that. Just a minute.
I know you do.
Yeah.
Appreciate that. What's your last name?
Harris.
Thanks again. Yeah.
Right. So, sorry about that, everyone. That was a delivery for next door that I've just had to sign for. So we'll have a few little moments like that during the course of these streams. Just unfortunately the way it is. Just adjusting my background again. There we go. Cool. Hey Tony. So steering wheel is a Logitech G920. And they're generally around about £200 in the UK. You can buy them from CEX, so second hand for around about 150. But notional retail is still around about 300, although it's cheaper on Amazon. So yeah, I'm sorry, I've had a couple of frames that have dropped in the last few minutes, and again, so apologies about that. Right, now where was I? I was in the middle of a hot lap, wasn't I? Yeah, there we go. So, wow, that was a bit of a send. Not really intentional, but so in terms of whether this game is worth it for $14.99, I'm playing it on the Microsoft Game Pass, so it is free. So whilst it's not free of charge, it's not far off. I'd say for $14.99 it probably is. This is based partially on experience of watching other people play it, and because I've not put a great deal of hours into it myself as yet, which is why I'm making stupid mistakes like that. But yeah, it seems pretty decent. I mean, this is the Xbox version. Wow, well off my previous lap's pace. How on earth is that oh wow. I've really got the AI underpowered on this. If that's the fastest lap, then that's really wrong. I see you've written something else, Tony. I'll have a look at that in just a second. I just really want to try and get a better lap in. And I really did take the bollard down that time. Sorry, Roman. Okay. Yeah, so typically typing in chat is not going to be something I'm really going to be doing. Because it's not really something that's practical to do whilst you're driving.
You can tell me over the radio. Press and hold the radio button to activate the system. You can either speak the command or select it manually. The radio screen will appear on the
Yeah, I've tried speaking to you before and you don't listen.
Cycle through command groups and the MFD button.
Yeah, I don't tend to do a massive amount of online gaming, to be honest. I do occasionally do Forza online, but honestly, people on there annoy me so much half the time. It's... Right, let's bump that up. Yeah, it's a low setting, but that's because I'm not an especially good driver. But having knocked that up slightly, hopefully things will be a little bit more realistic for this final section. I'm aiming to kind of get in the top, well, I'm in the top 10, but I'm aiming to actually finish decently within the top 10, but probably not top 5. In fact, top 6 would be unrealistic in the real world. So if I can get 7th, I think that'll do quite nicely. If I'm much above that, then I probably need to revise the AI settings again, but that won't be till after the race. And so let's try and get a decent lap in here. It's a bit scrappy already, but that was not slow. What would be really helpful is if I don't change up whilst I'm braking. And again. So completely flat through there. Oh, they just got kicked off onto the curb. Crunch. So Hamilton got a 128.5, so actually that's closer to the times I've been getting. So I'm not, although if that's the best they're doing, there's still a possibility I'm going to come out on top, but and I'm on top by, wow, an even greater margin. So they are going to improve their times, of course, over the course of the session. So let's pop back to the garage. Let's see how they're doing. Thank you very much, Tony. I don't see that in myself, but I do appreciate the comment. Thank you. Right. Where's our timings at? So I'm still 1.5 seconds ahead. I'm absolutely not going out for a second lap. If they can beat me, then I'm quite happy to accept that. So comparing steering wheels to controllers, they're very, very different beasts. And wait for him to finish. Yeah, so controllers to steering wheels are very, very different beasts. I've only had this since January, so I'm still kind of finding my way with this a little bit. But the fact that you're getting actual force feedback through it, it actually really does help you to drive. And I'm looking at the screen, not the camera, which doesn't really help. And what I've found is the games that I don't really like using a wheel with, like Forza Horizon 4, I just kind of don't play anymore. I've found that I've moved very much more onto the more sim type games. Your Project Cars 2, your Assetto Corsa, and the slightly more serious than Forza Horizon is Forza 7, which I'm quite enjoying at the moment as well, as a more of an arcade type game, which is kind of how I'm treating Formula 1 at the moment. I'm aware that you can treat it more as a simulation, but basically with a few driver aids, it just makes it a lot of fun to drive rather than necessarily simmy. So yeah, the wheel does make a big difference, in short. It's
well done. That was a good qualifying performance.
right, and into the race. Might crack the AI up just a little bit more again. I mean, I am typically quite good at Australia. It's the first race of the season, so it's the one I tend to have done the most. So I am expecting to punch a little bit above my weight in the Force India here. At this point, of course, it is still a Force India. It's not yet become a racing point. Yeah, so we'll have to see how we do.
New drivers, new cars, and a new Formula One season. But it's the same Albert Park that we've come to know and love for more than 2 decades now, that hosts the first round of a 21-race championship.
Yeah, I've heard about the F2 cars. There seems to be a bit of consternation, maybe is a good word for it, that people don't think that F2 cars should be in an F1 game. I kind of disagree, actually. I mean, especially if you're doing a career mode. Where do the drivers for Formula 1 come from? Most of them come from Formula 2. So if you can do a season in Formula 2 and then move up into F1 with a team depending on how you actually do during the Formula 2 season, I think that's a pretty good thing.
Verstappen, Hamilton, Valtteri Bottas, Raikkonen, Ricciardo, Magnussen, Grosjean, Nico Hülkenberg, Sainz, Alonso, Sergio Perez.
So I'm 4 seconds ahead of my team, or 3.6 seconds ahead of my teammate. Yeah. My AI setting is definitely too low.
Let's convert this pole into a win.
So that's full fuel load, so I'm going to have to do some fuel saving, I think. So, right. Ultra soft, then super softs. Yeah, that seems realistic. We'll have that. And let's start the race. Why is it so... So I'm not sure what you mean. Oh. I missed them.
Right, let's get the car up to temperature on this lap. Learning the gears, so go through them all if you can.
Okay, I wasn't... What are you doing, Vel? It's a formation lap, so you shouldn't have overtaken me in the first place. And now you're weaving ahead of me. Fantastic. Well done, mate. Well done. I have to say, I'm generally pretty useless at the starts in this game. And I pretty much always seem to end up in the wall. Hopefully, starting from first, that won't happen this time. But as I nearly end up in the wall on the formation lap. Good stuff. And I mean, really, come on, Vettel. I should not be having to race you in the formation lap. So, I mean, as you can see, that's one of the things. That's one of the things about this game, is that the AI can be a bit funky. Okay, so I think if that's happening, let's have a quick look. It's probably my microphone is picking up the... Probably picking up feedback on the old... Oh, I don't know what happened there, but... Right. Let's knock the volume down a bit. So I've actually got no control at this point, so hopefully that's a little bit better, or at least it will be when we I don't know quite what happened. I don't know what's happened here. So to answer your question directly, Tony, I'm a trans woman. I transitioned 7 years ago, which is part of the reason why I'm trying trying to raise money today for Mermaids, the children's charity, as they've been having a really tough time of it. So, I mean, I know there was a big stream recently by, was it H-Bomber Guy, I think he called himself, who raised a fortune for them. But it's a cause that's close to my heart, so I did say I'm useless at starts, so I'm going to allow myself a couple of do-overs on it. That was like a short shift. But still just got through there. So I was just fiddling with volume settings there as I was doing that. So let's get this nice and clean now. Well, that was fun. Let's have a look at that. If that's AI, then I'm going to be redoing. If it's oh, don't know if that's my fault or not. I mean, let's go back and have another look just before the moment of impact. So we're side by side. I'm very definitely pulling away. I'm definitely ahead. I'm going to blame AI on that one, actually. So let's just let them go past. Let's make it easy, and then I'll have them again in the corner and really screw it up and break late, but that's entirely my fault. So I don't know what that was that fell off then, but no damage, so let's carry on. P9. So my kind of rules for flashback is that I'm going to be using it if it's an AI mistake, because AI can be a bit dodgy. Or if it's something that might potentially end my race that's a silly mistake. It's a little bit arbitrary, but as I said earlier, so any points that I'm earning, it's £1 per point. It's going to Mermaid, plus whatever you guys choose to donate. Oh, no. That was a really bad move. I shouldn't have done that. But hey, I've got a little... I'm so down on top speed. Which is not good on this circuit. Again, went in way too deep there, but managed to somehow make that stick. Yeah, so sorry, I just saw another couple of frames drop then. It's not sure quite why that's happening. I have got a wired connection to the internet, it's not just going off wireless. But anyway, I'm in 7th place, which is kind of my target position actually. for realistic difficulty. Although I am now catching up quite well on Danny Rick. And cut the corner there a bit, so I need to not do that much more. Ooh. Oh, just a slight tap on him there. That hasn't caused any real issues. So, got slipstream. Am I actually going to make this work? Oh, no, no, no. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Cool. Can I just check, by the way, if you're still there? Are you still getting repeating audio? So on the brakes quite early today. I don't want to go back of Raikkonen. Ooh, that was messy. So I'm now going to get absolutely wrecked on this straight. So DRS activation point is coming up. Do I have it? No, too far behind. No DRS. But Raikkonen will have it, I think. Yep, so Raikkonen has... Oh, I do have DRS. Fantastic. Again, a little bit of a tap there. So that was not good.
Be careful with the front wing. You've taken some minor damage. We're leading our teammate by 9.6 seconds.
Wow, that was sendy. I didn't actually intend to do that, to make that overtake, so that was a bit of an accident. Just because I forgot to brake and then chucked it up the inside. Really very dodgy. I'm sure that would probably get me up into the steward's office, but what? I think the problem is the AI are braking way too early, and I'm not actually anticipating it because I'm actually braking slightly earlier than I have been during quali laps, etc. It's well done, Raikkonen.
Okay, we've lost the position. That's us down the place. Okay, gap to leader, 11.8 seconds.
So yeah, AI are definitely too weak. There's no way I should have just made up that gap that quickly. It's so if Hamilton and Bottas are 3rd and 4, and I've overtaken Vettel, does that mean the Red Bulls are winning?
laps time.
A little bit of contact there, that was a little bit unfair maybe, but I still got him.
That brings you up a place. Our gap to the car in front is 2.1 seconds.
2.1 seconds to Bottas. Should be able to catch him up fairly quickly. Oh, that was bad. That was so bad. So what's the gap to Bottas right now? About 3 seconds, okay. So we'll see how that pans out. I think I'm going to wind up getting a front wing change. I'll go into the pits. So that's a pretty good split time.
It should be a few laps at least before you start feeling too many tyre issues. They seem in good condition for the time being.
So when it comes to pit strategy, I would imagine Bottas will be doing similar. So I will probably cover him off and dive in when he does. Because certainly in this game, getting the undercut is a big thing.
2.1 seconds.
So I'm definitely hunting Bottas
Gap
down.
to the car behind is 2.6 seconds.
I think that racing full Grand Prix distance is actually a lot more entertaining than just short races. It gives you a much better chance for things to pan out, and it's a lot more strategic than just trying to chuck it up the inside on every corner, which is how things tend to go with short race series. It's Okay, so I'm starting to kind of maintain pace with Bottas now, I think. The tyres are maybe they're starting to feel like they've lost their edge a little bit. I mean, they're still perfectly good, but I'm not able to push on them quite as hard.
Bottas is ahead of you. Gap to car in front is 2.2 seconds.
Yeah, so you've made
We're gaining by around 2
little.
tenths per lap. They're on old Ultra Softs. Their tyres are 8 laps old. We think they've got 2 stops remaining. The time last lap
How can their tyres be 8 laps old? If we've done 8 laps, they're the set you qualified on, so at the very minimum they've got to be 11 and a bit laps old.
Fuel target is +1. Faster engine modes are available.
Yeah, let's what we'll do is we'll finish this lap. Then we're coming up onto the pit window, so I'm going to turn the whip right up on the fuel. I think one of my research pathways for this needs to be to improve engine reliability. Whoa, that's big. That didn't do so well.
Behind is 31.9 seconds.
So I'm totally mullering Sergio. Oh, hello. That's looks like a Red Bull that have stopped on the apex then, but no, they've carried on.
The gap to the car ahead is 2.6 seconds.
So yeah, even with all of my mistakes in the previous laps, he's not really made much up on me. That was tidy. I like that.
In this lap, push now.
Oh screw it, let's go for Rich and then I'll catch you up in a bit. I'm visibly making up so much time on Bottas with the rich fuel mix. don't know if I might even be close enough here to get DRS. The activation point is coming up.
Remember, box this lap. Keep an eye on your distance to the speed limit line as you approach, and make sure you don't speed.
Right, and into the pits. So
Release.
that front wing's cost me about 7 seconds.
Only one stop to go. One stop left in this strategy.
I'm out in 11th. But I am done. But everyone ahead of me is going to need to pit, so we'll see how that pans out. Should be able to get some really nice, clean, quick laps in there. I don't think anyone pitted, so I've gone into the pits quite a lot earlier than everyone else. Okay, that's interesting.
The gap behind us is 7.1 seconds.
So purple first sector, good to know. And that's on standard fuel mix. So if I was to jump it up to rich, I could probably start clawing back some real time quite quickly. But I don't want to risk that at this stage.
Our gap to the car in front is 2.0 seconds.
So I've really caught sights up there. So hopefully I might have a chance to use the no DRS for me this time. Ooh, sugar. Hit the brakes too late. Straight off the track. Lost all of the good stuff that I made up. So annoying. Okay, so a couple of people have pitted in. Fantastic. So with that extra 7 seconds on the pits, probably come out in, well, not for 6th or 7th, I'd imagine. So not only have I overtaken him, I've then got DRS as well before I need to overtake him. So
Nice move.
So fantastically scrappy lap. Past Hamilton in the pits. So that's the. Yep. So hold on, Hamilton was the car directly behind me, wasn't he? So that does mean that Bottas is going to be in on the next lap. So I've actually got possibly a realistic chance of coming out roughly where I was before. I mean, I guess this is the advantage of the undercut. I mean, it does mean I'm going to have tyres that are much older at the end. I was going to say more tired, but right now I'm making hay while the sun shines. And of course, just a reminder guys, this is a charity stream, so anything that you do choose to donate will be donated directly to Mermaids, the charity for trans and gender non-conforming young people. And for those who... Wow, P3! Okay, so I've actually done alright out of that. So, yeah, the donations window will be open until the end of next week. So anything that comes in through them will be donated then to Mermaids on the following Tuesday, which I think is the 16th, I might be wrong. And I will just be publishing a quick video of that on my YouTube channel, which is Rainbow Road, once I actually do that, and that will also be on my Discord, which you can find a link to in the Twitch description, which is at twitch.tv/ProjectCatfley. Although in time we'll be changing it to reflect the Rainbow Roads branding, but it's not there yet. 14.1 for Vettel, right. Not a chance unless he's not yet pitted. Let's see if he's...
Verstappen is ahead of you. They've entered the pit lane. You're gaining by a full second per lap. Good job. The time last lap was a 1:35.0.
So... So, amazingly, I've managed to come out in second place. I'm not sure quite how that works, but it obviously did.
Vettel is ahead of you. Gap to car in front is 13.8 seconds. They're on fresh super softs.
Right, so
their tyres are 3 laps
so
off.
Vettel's pitted.
We think they've got one more stop. The time last lap was a 1:32.7.
So if Vettel's 14 seconds ahead, I don't really have a great deal of chance of catching him. So Lance Stroll's out, that's good to know.
Right, the car behind has come in to put on the ultra soft tyre. That's the car behind
we go. Gone past Lance Stroll in the Williams.
Green flag. Green flag. We're racing again.
So something that would be really nice to see in the F1 2019 franchise when that comes out is safety cars. Oh, so I've just tried to reach out then and crashed. That's good to do, isn't it? So hold on. What time have you done? Hey, so during qualifying, I did better than I should have. It was something in the 126s. Which put me onto pole. I then kind of, as I do, I had a really awful start and wound up in 9th. And I've been clawing my way back up ever since. Really, the AI on this is set too low. I am slightly better at Australia than most tracks, but there's no way I should be running in 2nd place in the Force India. So I will be turning that up next time round. I mean, I'm not an especially skilled driver, so the AI settings will be low whatever I do, but I have been gradually turning them up over the course of the race weekend, just to see kind of where I'm at. Yeah, so you shouldn't use any time I set as any form of reference, just because I really am rubbish. But thanks very much for coming to join me on this one today. It's really appreciated. Oh, that was bad. That was really slow. So we've had our first pit stops as well. So somehow I managed to, with the undercuts, go from coming in 4th place with a front wing change and wind up in 2nd once all's been told, which is quite impressive. I'm around, I was going to say I'm around about 14 seconds behind Vettel, but obviously I'm not. I've been clawing some time back, which definitely shows the AI are too low. But this is good news for Mermaids, because for every point I score, I donate £1 to them. So this could be quite a fortunate race for them. Yeah, do feel free to drop a donation in if you wish. It does go to Mermaids, it doesn't go to my back pocket. So Mermaids being the charity I'm raising money for, who support transgender and gender non-conforming young people. And likewise, if you do want to be alerted with each of these streams, do hit the follow button. Oh, that's really bad. So this is only the first race of the day, so I will be doing another 2 Grand Prix over the course of the rest of the day, so how long that's going to take me I don't know. I will be taking some very short breaks in between, just to make sure I've got something, just to make sure I've eaten, I've had something to drink, and etc. Well, 'cause this is a bit of a marathon feat. Also, if you are enjoying this or think that it's a worthy cause, even if you can't donate yourself, do let somebody who you think might be interested know. Because one of the things that I really need in order to complete this challenge is a little bit of interaction with people. It does make a big deal of difference, because it means that I'm not just sat here staring at the screen the whole time. Well, I am, but I'm looking across at different screens and I'm actually talking, rather than just talking to myself. And again, on that subject, for those who are going to be watching the repeat of this on YouTube, it's twitch.tv/ProjectCatfley, and the link donation is on the donation link, that's the word I'm looking for, that's on the screen there. So if you want to make a donation, please do so. Donation windows are open until Monday, not next week, the week after, which is the 14th or 15th, and I will then be making the full donation that you guys have sent through the following day, and I will be uploading a small video of me doing that onto YouTube, and also via my Discord, which link is down the bottom of the Twitch description. So do feel free to come and check that one out. And as I said earlier, please do follow if you're enjoying these streams, and you'll then be able to catch up with the rest of it and see how I do. Because this is not an easy challenge, doing 21 races in 7 days. Right, how are we doing versus wow, okay, so we've made up another 3 seconds on Vettel. I am pushing the car quite hard though, is the only thing at this point. So yeah, I'm going to have to knock the fuel mix down. So we're not going to be making up quite as much time, but fortunately the Force India seems to be fairly good on fuel, so we'll make everything back up fairly quickly. Hopefully we'll be able to catch Vettel up, and we'll be able to get full points for this race. So hold on, they put Sergio into the pit on laps 20. Oh, he must be on a wholly different strategy to me, because that's 11 laps after I pitted. But I guess he qualified in 14th and I qualified on pole, so different strategy is kind of part of the course. Oh, I see a Williams up ahead. This is going to be entertaining. Oh, and Vettel is on my map. So I'm actually being quite successful in hunting him down at this point. So I made a second up on him that lap. That might be because he had to deal with back markers. It might be because I'm actually genuinely going quicker than him at this point. Oh, it's Sorokin, known in some circles as Road Hunter.
A new strategy is available on the MFT.
Well, what is the strategy? Dropping on lap 30, which gives me 28. Yeah, we'll keep that.
Confirmed.
So that means I've got 2 more laps out of these tyres. So let's absolutely rinse them. it would be really helpful if I actually got my gears right.
We're not going to be able to run in this engine mode much longer. We're about a lap over target. Drop down to mix too soon.
Nope. I will make that up towards the end of the lap. For now, I want to get as close to Vettel as possible in these next two. Because if I can then get the undercut on him, that's going to be a very, very good thing. Given how much of an undercut I got on the previous pit stop, I want to make absolutely sure I can get this. These tyres are starting to get a bit ragged, but what's the difference? 5 seconds, so I took 2 seconds out of him on that lap, so I will be quite happy with that. Especially since it's come on, Perez. There we go, I was on the fastest lap of the race. Oh, I misread my screen. We're on lap 26. So, pit window is further away than I thought, so let's... not go quite so mental on the old fuel. And let's get my gearing right. Good old Pierre Gasly, who really seems to be struggling this year. So I've gone from having the fastest lap to being half a second down, but and I've managed to make a second up on Vettel, even in standard fuel mode, which so it went fairly well through there. So car directly ahead of me now is Vettel. He might get some back markers through this section, but actually very much within on the hunt for him, and he must be aware of this. So he's managed to get past one of the Saubers. Of course the Saubers wouldn't make it difficult for him. Oh, come on, Ericsson. Oh, and you're going into the pits as well, so great, thanks for that, dude.
We're approaching the pit window. You'll be on the super softs.
And I forgot to use my DRS then. That was clever of me. mean, I'm not going to be close enough to having this lap, I don't think. But I think there's a who's this ahead? Grosjean. Whoa! What are you doing, Roman? So I'm not sure if Vettel got slowed up by traffic or not, but we've definitely been making some very hefty time on it.
We won't have enough fuel for the end of the race. Consider lowering the fuel mix.
Yeah, I will do, but not right this second. I want to be right on Vettel's pass at this point. Oh, hello. That was messy. Come on, Vettel. I'm going to be within a second of you this time round. And then once I break the toe, I can spin. And of course that's entirely my fault, so that's cost me a great deal. What the fuck was that? So I get driven up the back of and I get a warning. Fantastic. Well done, race stewards. I dread to think how much that spin cost me, but we'll find out fairly shortly.
Okay, when low on fuel, try shifting up the gears a little sooner. This should help us save some fuel. Some information on Gasly. They've got a serious car issue. They're retiring.
That's because they drove up the back of me.
Box. We're coming in this lap.
Well, that completely screwed my chances of getting first, I think. But still somehow kept it out in second. I mean, although Verstappen is pretty much on my tail now, that's still potentially second place and 20 points. So I mean, although I'm in lean mode, I am going to be pushing it as hard as I can.
Box this lap, please.
Although I am making daft mistakes at this point, so we'll see how we do. It is strange how your perception of time changes whilst you're playing a game like this. It's and oh. So I'm seeing a few frame drops on the stream. I'm sorry about that. I don't really know quite how to deal with that one at this point. Yeah. So Hamilton's going to be coming past, I think, by the looks of it.
Look after these tyres now.
Alright.
We want to finish the race on this compound.
So I'll come out in 6th. I'm going to put it onto regular, and then we'll catch the rest of it up. So hopefully they're pitting a lap, or everyone else is pitting a lap or two later. I can then get undercuts again. But We'll see how that pans out. And that was my fault, and that should actually have written both cars off, but obviously it didn't. But that's going to cost me a lot of time. How on earth did that not break the cars? I mean, I know I've got reduced damage on, but...
The gap to the car ahead is 2.3 seconds. Okay, the gap behind is 2.1
So
seconds.
someone pitted. Got some crap on my visor. Good stuff. Looks like it's going to blow off. There we go. So DRS off the back marker. Love it when that happens. Well, it would be nicer to have had it through the straight, but hey ho. Through the main straight, sorry. So up into P3. And Bottas is ahead. So I would have thought he should have pitted this lap.
Bottas ahead. Our gap to the car in front is 12.7 seconds. They're on old ultra
Okay, so he's not pitted.
Tyres are 16 laps old. We think they've got one more stop. The time last lap was a 1:32.4.
So my last lap out wasn't far off my qualifying pace. And I nearly spun it again. So I don't think the undercut's really going to do me any favours at this anymore with that spin that I had earlier. So I'm quite convinced we're going to wind up coming in second. Oh, for God's sakes, starting to lose concentration now and making really silly errors. So Bottas is pitted. Fantastic. As Vettel. We'll find out in a minute. That was... Wow. That was a track cut, wasn't it?
Vettel ahead. Okay, gap ahead is 34.4
So he's not...
seconds. They're on old super softs.
So,
Their tyres are 19 laps old.
so he's...
We think they've got one more stop.
So he's...
The time
probably coming in this lap.
32.7.
Not sure that a pit stop is going to make that back.
Second place. You're in second place. Vettel is ahead of you. Gap to car in front is 32.5
So he's
seconds.
still not
There
pitted
are
in.
old super softs. Verstappen is behind you. Our gap behind is 6.8 seconds. They're on fresh super softs. That was our last stop. No more scheduled pit stops. 24 laps to go. You might want to consider switching to a lower fuel mix. You may not finish on the current settings.
I will lean it out soon, but not just yet. So this should hopefully give me DRS. Yep. Yep, so sorry, I'm just trying to concentrate at the moment, hence the real lack of talking. But just to remind everyone that this is a charity stream, so please do contribute, please do donate if you can. Charity is Mermaids, the charity for young people who are transgender and gender diverse. If you do wish to catch up with all the streams, then twitch.tv/projectcatflea and do follow and you'll get a notification. For those watching on YouTube, if you do wish to make a donation, the link is in the top right hand corner. Or sorry, the URL, you'll have to stick it in your browser, although I will try and put that in the description for you down below. Donations are open until, I've lost the date in my mind, but it's not next Monday, it's the Monday after, so just after a week after all of these are posted. And I will be making the final donation.
12.4 seconds.
He's pitted. The final donation to Mermaids shortly after on the Tuesday, and I will be posting the video of me doing that onto YouTube and also via my Discord. There's a link to that down below on Twitch.
We're very low on fuel. Try to shift up through the gears earlier. It may help save more fuel.
Anyway, the bottom line at this point is I'm not going to win this race. So second place point, 20 points, and that's £20 then to Mermaids. Just trying to make a little bit of fuel back at the moment. Just taking it easy, just a little bit of lift and coast, and just changing up the gears just that wee bit earlier. I'm not going to catch rattles, so let's just make sure I've got a bit of fuel left at the end for any battles I might need then. Wow, that was slow. Okay. So 20 laps to go. Now what I'm going to do, just so you know those who are watching on Twitch at the moment, and this will happen with YouTube as well, is I am at the end of each race I'm going to stop the stream, and then I will restart. It just cuts it up and keeps the stream video time down a little bit, because otherwise we're going to end up with a super long stream. Or I may change my mind on that actually and probably not do it for this one, but I might do it after that, our next race in Bahrain. Now, as yet, no donations.
That was very risky. We could have received a penalty.
Nah. Maybe we could have received a penalty, but it was on a back marker anyway, so... And I'm not sure a penalty at this point would really make a great deal of difference.
Battle ahead. The gap to the car ahead is 7.6
Hit the wrong button.
seconds.
Oh, my teammate's out.
Their tyres are 2 laps old. The time last lap was a 1:31.2.
So basically Vettel is going to just utterly ruin me at this point. It's... Right, okay, I'm sorry guys, I've just got to take a very temporary break. Yes, so sorry about that. Sometimes needs must. And I know that wasn't the best thing for the stream, but there we go. But anyway, back now. So let's get back into the racing. Suddenly I feel a lot more able to concentrate. Wow, that's slow. Okay.
Sergio has just stopped the car. He's out of the running.
Good to know.
Vettel is ahead of you. Our gap to the car in front is 8.9 seconds. They're on fresh super softs. Their tyres are 3 laps old. The time last lap was a 1 minute 31.2.
So actually, I might possibly be able to get back into first. I mean, I can see him on the track map, so he's going to have used up the best part of his tyres. Maybe. If back markers fall my way, then we might actually be able to get him. That would be pretty good. So I'm actually putting in a decent lap time this time round. At the moment, at least. Let's see how Sector 3 goes. Especially given I've got sights there. He was very compliant in letting me through. That was good of him. So occasionally lapping the back markers in this game can produce some interesting effects. So, have we made any real time up on Vettel? We have.
To the leader is 5.8 seconds.
So what? 129.4. So that was actually a reasonable lap. If he's lapping in the 131s, then we're actually going to be able to hunt him down and get him. But this is another reason why I like Grand Prix distance races. You know, if he's 5 seconds ahead and it's a 10 lap race, you don't have a hope in heck of getting him. When you're racing like this, admittedly I'm now driving a really rubbish lap, but I actually have a realistic chance of catching him and winning this race. Which isn't necessarily good for my purse, but I'll blow it. Let's just go for a complete track cut. I'm really amazed I didn't get a caution for that. So 17 seconds to Verstappen behind. Fantastic. I'm not expecting more fastest laps to come very quickly, but especially not if I do stupid stuff like that. I'm not far off. If I can remain within a few tenths of that fastest lap each time, then I've actually got a realistic chance of catching. So it won't be long until I can actually see him. The sensation that you're actually catching up your opposition is a fantastic one. It's not as good as knowing they're behind you, but if you can actually see them, I mean, in my case this is on the track map, but if you can actually see them, it gives you the... Oh, I caught a flash of red then.
20.2 seconds.
I can just about see his wing. Yeah, there we go. I'm within visual range. 14 laps. If I can maintain it and not let myself run out of fuel, I actually have a chance of it. So that is even with best lap. I'm quicker than AI through this section. Okay, he's now vanished off into the distance, but gonna get a sector time very soon. Still behind the Williams. Williams is... wow. He's really been slowed up by that back marker. Oh, it's Sirotkin. So how many times have I now passed Sirotkin during this race? Or will I have in a second? There we go. Thank you. I'm on the hunt. Quite close enough to get DRS, but getting closer. Oh, that was a mess. Okay. How are we doing? 1.7 seconds. I might be able to get within DRS again on this lap. I mean, one thing is with this is that the whole dirty air situation, it doesn't really seem to arise. So how pretty much any aero-dependent car, if you're running close to an opponent, then you tend to struggle through their dirty air. Don't seem to find that in this. That was slow. Hopefully I'm close enough for the DRS zone. I think I might be. Yeah, I'm half a second off, so that's cool. DRS coming up, there we go. He's going quite quick. I might have to... Oh, that was a proper send, but it worked.
Good job, nice overtake.
Whew! And then I screw up on the corner. But I'm back in the lead. How about that? So back into lean mode because I'm running the fuel down a bit more than I should. So Vettel is very close behind me, but it's... I keep forgetting you guys can't see the circuit map quite as well as I can, but we are there, we're in front of Vettel, we're in first place. So as it stands, that's £25 to Mermaids, so hopefully he won't get past. Just trying to concentrate at this stage, just keep things nice and smooth. So I'm definitely going to split the streams. Not going to cross them, but I'm going to split them. 10 laps left to go in this race. Don't know how close behind me Vettel actually is, but 2 seconds, okay. Fantastic. So he's not really making up any gains on me. So anyway, whilst Albert Park is one of my better circuits, I definitely should not be winning this race in a Force India. So, and I definitely shouldn't have qualified on pole either. So I will be turning the difficulty up shortly after the race, and coming into Bahrain, we'll have upped it somewhat. I mean, the only way to really know where you need to be with difficulty is to play it and see. So, yeah. And of course, I know I sound a bit like a broken record, but just a reminder that this is a stream for the charity Mermaids, who supports transgender and gender non-conforming young people. There is a donation link in the right hand corner of the screen, or down below if you're watching live on Twitch. Likewise, if you follow me over at Twitch, which is twitch.tv/ProjectCatfley, you can then follow and watch these as they happen live. So every day this week from around about 10:30 on until we finish, which depends on the length of the race, but I would anticipate most days I'm going to be driving for at least 12 hours. So you can definitely come and watch when you get back from work, or before you leave if you start late. And all donations go direct to Mermaids at the end of this process. So donations window is this week and next week, with ending on the Monday of not next week but the week after, which I think is the 15th. And I will then be posting a video of me passing all the donations on in one hit onto Mermaids the following day. And just also as a reminder, I'm contributing to this as well, and what I'm doing is every single point I earn in this championship, I'm translating that into a pound coin, well, or a virtual version at least, to pay over to them. So right now, although we've not had any donations from you guys, as long as things stay this way, Mermaids have earned £25 from this stream, which is quite astonishing. But like I say, I shouldn't really be in this position. I want to make this slightly more realistic in terms of difficulty levels, because if I'm winning every race I'm going to get bored, and if I get bored I'm not going to complete this challenge. Just turn the fuel up slightly, we've got 9 laps to go, so hopefully with a lap in bag I can carry on using ridiculous levels of power and build a bit of a gap up on the Vettel. So target for donations from everyone else. Oh wow, Kimmy's out. Is £100. So that's just over £1 per hour of streaming. So we're a bit behind that at the moment. That was a bit. So there we go. Looks like I've got my fast lap in now.
Is 4.3 seconds.
Oh hello, what are you doing? There was Raikkonen there parked on the corner. Well, that's ruined my fastest lap anyway.
Okay, clear.
Wow, I have never gone off there before. Ay, ay, ay. Wow. Okay, yes, you are allowed to unmap yourself, but... Actually, I'm doing... Oh no, it's too late for that now. Lap 53.
Are you alright? Engine off, engine off.
Right, I'm not having that. I'm gonna... That was a hell of a crash, but... I've just lost the back end there again as well. So are my tyres completely... Hold on, did I lose the back end or did Vettel smack me? Vettel smacked me. Nice. Thank you, Seb. So that's AI issues, that's not me. So... Didn't mean to do that. Not asking, I'm telling.
Great manoeuvre. You made it look easy. We have 5 laps of fuel remaining.
So I've had 2 big spins in this race. Plus, I can't remember what happened at the beginning and whether I rewound it or not. But 2 big spins, and I'm still coming first. So, yeah, this highlights that the difficulty is not where it should be. And I'm now building a gap on Seb. But I think he's going to have DRS on me, so... No, he's not. Okay, fine. I mean, my tyres are definitely past their best at this point. And he does have fresher ones than me. So and now you give me a warning for corner cutting. Wow. Not sure if Vettel has to
Green
be.
flag.
think my webcam has moved slightly, which is annoying.
Be aware we expect the grip levels to start falling away soon.
Well, they're falling away already, so...
There's 3 laps of fuel remaining.
So Vettel has fresher tyres and he is coming on strong, so he might be able to just nab this before the end, but especially following Magnussen through there, he will almost oh no, he didn't follow Magnussen through, so no, but he does have DRS. Okay, and I smashed it again. The only reason I'm restarting this is because that is race ending at this stage of the race, and it's going to cost Mermaid that much money. So as much as I'm enjoying this battle, a mistake like that really you should pay for, and I am paying for it out of my own money, so yeah. Okay, the stream is dropping frames and I'm not entirely sure why. I do apologise.
Nice move. Good job.
It's somewhat unusual for that to happen. So definitely going to be doing a stream restart after this race.
We advise moving to mix 2. Fuel to mix 2. There's only 1 lap of fuel remaining. This is your final lap of the race.
Yay. Just got to keep it clean, keep Vettel behind me, and that will be a hard-earned victory. I can definitely feel that the back end is starting to lose grip, as we've kind of demonstrated with a couple of spins. So yeah, tyre strategy. Bye Stoffel.
Information on Van Dorn. They are out of the race. Yellow flag.
Okay, so it looks like Van Dorn is so Van Dorn is off the circuit just up here. There he is.
Okay, clear.
I didn't see where he'd been running, but not lapped him, so the old Mackers must have been doing fairly well. And Vettel is still there waiting to pounce if I really screw up. But he'll be hard pushed to get me.
Yes, you've done it. Well done.
Yes! Race win. So that's £25 for Mermaids, guys. So let's just watch the podium. Let's see how we're doing. Well done, VJ. And what a way to start the season.
That was the most important factor here. This was a real battle of attrition, and you could tell those at the front were trying to find a balance between running their outright pace and taking care of the car to reach the end.
I can see them on their way out to the podium now. Force India have really come a long, long way in this sport. And what a special race this was, to see them earn that top spot.
so that was a seriously hard race, guys. Thank you very much for those of you who joined me. Been very good. We've made £25 for Mermaids. And yeah, so we're going to take a break at this point. So stopping the script stream, and then we'll be back in 20 minutes or so, and we'll go on to Bahrain. Let's just have a quick look and see what happened penalties wise.
Please join us next time for another thrilling instalment of this Formula One season.
Wow. So collision with Vettel, collision with Grosjean, that would be lap 1, yeah, totally. Anything else? Collision with Gasly, Sorokin and Hartley, all warnings. I do feel sorry for Stoffel, that was not good. So Nando finished in 6th, wow, okay. Nice. Okay, let's and I got the best lap time as well. So that's got to be worth another point. But I'll have to see if I can remember that one because it doesn't come up on screen. Right, let's go on and see how we do from here. Okay. Gonna cut the stream at this point, guys. Just gonna go through the boring stuff at the end of this. Actually, let's do this first and then cut the stream.
You took the top points today. Was it a comfortable win?
There we go, let's go with that one. Excellent.
Everything went your way today. It looked like you had a really good strategy for the race.
Yeah, let's give the team some positivity.
You're breaking all expectations. What's your secret? It wasn't the cleanest race today, was it?
Okay.
Great. Well, that's everything.
Cool. So, race over. Thank you very much indeed, guys. For those who are watching live, we'll be back at about 2:15. Thanks ever so much, team. Alright, bye.